see this our female gender, yes. You see us, I'm included though. We are so defensive and we're so, how will I even say it? Like, we know how to protect ourselves very, very, very well. Very, very well. You know what? Let's just call a spade a spade. Yes, let's call a spade a spade. Because before watching the movie, I had this ideology, okay, maybe the guy broke the girl's heart or something like that. This. Though it actually happened, but there was something before another thing, one occurrence to another occurrence. Now, let's take for instance the first phase of betrayal in the movie was from the woman. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ijoma KK. So on today's video, I'll be talking about ANIKULAPO, which is a Yoruba movie that was released on September 30. Yes, it was released on September 30 and is the #1 trending movie on Netflix. So the movie features Kunle Remi, Bimbo, Adeniyi, Sola, Sobowale. We have Hakeem Kae Kazeem and so many other major characters, Faithia Balogun, the rest of them. So the movie actually depicts the culture and tradition of the Oyo Empire in the pre-colonial era. This movie talks about, it depicts a lot of things that has to do with the olden days, the pre-colonial era, with their occupation, molding of clay, farming, the marketing aspect, the transportation. Those of us that watch the movie will understand that there is betrayal, there's greediness, there's pride, there's love, there's hate, there's jealousy, and a lot and so many things to learn from the movie. So Queen Arolake actually portrayed the first phase of betrayal where she actually left the king. So Bimbo Adeniyi played the role of Queen Arolake. She was actually seen as the favorite queen. Now let's talk about the movie. The whole cinematography was lit. The pictures, everything was just okay. The video, the transition was perfect. Then the whole setting of the movie, the setting was amazing. The market setting, the palace setting, every setting in the movie was top notch. Kudos to the producer Kunle Afolayan. He did an amazing job. The cast, the crews, everyone, they did so well. I just feel like most times I ask myself, do you think love is actually enough? Is love enough for maybe two people to come together and be binded together forever? That's what I always ask myself. Because I feel like sometimes love is just not enough. There are all these things attached to these things. How do you throw yourself to a man quickly when you met him the first day? I don't even believe in love at first sight. I don't think. Do you believe in love at first sight? Is there anything like love at first sight? I don't think so. I don't believe in that. And you not knowing somebody from nowhere, and the fact that you are a queen. She was a queen, yes, she was a queen, and that whatever goes around comes around. Because of the fact that she loved someone, she actually betrayed the king's trust. She betrayed the king, she betrayed the queenship. It's even the way they had their thing the first time itself. Now the movie centers on Saro, a traveler. Yes, he was helped by Awarun, the woman who was interested in him sexually. She assisted him with a lot of things, up there walking and all that. So through Awarun, he got connection to say Aso-efi that's Aso-efi for the queens in the palace. And the queens in the palace are, which is the queens in the palace, we actually saw 4 queens in the palace. We don't know how many they were. 4 queens in the palace, yes, and Queen Arolake was one of them. She was actually being bullied by 2 queens, yes, 2 queens. They bullied her out of envy and jealousy, thinking she was actually the favorite. There was like this connection between them. It was love at first sight. Could it be love at first sight? And all of a sudden, in the night, he was in the bush or something like that. She jumped on him and they had their thing for the first time. Who does that? You met somebody for the first time, you train yourself on him, everything, forgetting that you're a queen. It's not supposed to be so. The way she threw herself to Saro for the first time that they met, and she felt it. So the whole movie was now so interesting when the Queen Moji Olajuwon's daughter, which was Princess Omowumi, overheard when Queen Arolake and Saro were talking about eloping and all that. So she had to tell the mom. She went home, she started crying, she told the mom about it. That was how the kings and the people of the community came out to like beat up Saro, calling him a betrayer and all that and all that. Then they actually beat him to death. So when they threw him into the forest, Queen Arolake was one side watching. Then the Arolake came into the picture. It was like, you should wake up and all that. After I think few moments later, the AKALA bed, which is a mystical bed that has the power of resurrection. So this bed determines whether somebody has to live or die. That was how she came into the picture, when the bed was like, okay, you deserve to die. That means Saro was ready to die, to go beyond the destiny. Then she stopped, Queen Arolake stopped the whole incident, and something dropped down. The power that you got from AKALA, which was the mystical bed, he used it to resurrect the person from the dead. So this keeps going on. He became famous, he was wealthy. Okay, anything he wants, it's available for him. That's why I feel like that's when pride comes in. To me, I just feel like Saro was that kind of person, with the whole disrespect and the whole attitude it was beginning to show. I feel like fame, money, luxury will actually show who you really are. That's just it. But some people, okay, they are very humble, they are quiet, they are everything, but you see them once they have this money, they become pompous, so rude and arrogant. Him, even when she saved him from the mystical bed, AKALA, that wanted to kill him completely or send him beyond, she saved him. She was there with him. They suffered in the forest with no food. She was still by his side. So he would have thought about those things that they've been through and just relax and feel like, okay, I need to have a discussion with this woman for me to, like, okay, bring in another woman that will be able to. He felt like, okay, Queen Arolake was nothing to him anymore. Was like a nobody. He just forgot about the past. And Queen Arolake, I think the character she played was a quiet woman, but fearless. Yeah, she played the character of a quiet woman, but fearless. And she was fearless in the sense that for a woman to leave her husband and run away with a total stranger, you're courageous, you're fearless. That's what it means. She now is one to Bimbo Adeniyi. She actually really killed the role. Yeah. So now, in the aspect of her trying to fight with the mystical bed is another aspect of fearless. There, she was courageous. The aspect of being courageous. She came out from nowhere to fight with the mystical bed without being scared of what might happen to her. That's another aspect. The aspect of being with him in the forest throughout the whole period until they got to another village is another aspect of being courageous. She was actually courageous from the beginning of the movie to the end. The fact that you get married to a king at the age of 15, it takes a courageous heart to do that. Even when the fact that she was in pain with the bully and the whole insult from the other queens, she was still there, not giving up, not fighting back, not even saying anything. She was actually courageous for that. Yes, love, in the sense that, okay, the king's affection, yes, for Queen Arolake was love. Then we talk about the aspect of, I think, was it love? Yes, the aspect of Queen Arolake and Saro, the love between them. Yes, that was love. Yes, the love was there too. We'll talk about the king's love for his son, because I was thinking that there were memories of he and the son playing and all that. That was another aspect. We'll talk about greediness. Saro was greedy. He was actually really greedy. He was so greedy. And that was when he was famous, he was popular, and he knew he had the power. The spirit of greediness came into play. Talk about fate and destiny, envy and jealousy. Envy and jealousy was played by Queen Moji Olajuwon and the other queen. They were actually envious and jealous of Queen Arolake for no reason. They felt like she was the favorite. Then we talk about regret. After the whole thing, after leaving the palace, staying with Saro, when Saro started changing, Queen Arolake had regrets that why did she leave the palace, why did she leave the king, where there was love from the king, to be in another situation, like in a worst situation. Because I feel like that was actually a worst situation, because she was still married to the king. They were not like, okay, I'm done with you and done with you kind of conversation with them and this kind of thing. And we'll talk about pride. Yes, he was already feeling too proud and all that. That's the reason why he had the effrontery and audacity to eat Queen Arolake. Then we'll talk about courageousness. Yes, I really love this aspect of being fearless and courageous by Queen Arolake. She was doing everything. She was so courageous. To elope with a guy when you know you're married to somebody. She was everything, saving Saro from the mystical bird AKALA. She was really courageous in that aspect. Now, let's talk about the moral lessons from the movie. Yes, I even forgot to talk about betrayal. Betrayal is actually the major play, like the major thing in the movie. Betrayal in the sense from Queen Arolake. Queen Arolake betrayed the king. So the same energy from the beginning of the movie in the sexual aspect or in the sex aspect should be the same thing from the beginning to the end, because of the culture and the tradition we're trying to depict. They did so well, everything, the dressing, the marketing, the community, the houses too were made of clay. I was like, wow. It's not easy to act movie. Like, they really tried. The whole crew tried, the cast tried, the characters, the producer, everything was just on point. When I was watching the movie, it was just as if I was there, gone. Like, it was happening really. Like, I felt everything was so real. The movie was so real. Yeah, everything was on point. I just don't like that Bimbo members part, because I felt like we're trying to depict the culture and tradition. Yes, so I don't feel like there was any necessity of showing the Bimbo members and all that. And mind you, the movie is 18 plus. It's not for children. If you want to watch movie. So the movie is actually very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting, and it has moral lessons, there are a lot of lessons you can learn from there. With the aspect of men as calm, yes. The aspect of women as dangerous, yes. Women are courageous, yes. And I just feel like people should learn to be content, yes. Then I feel like, I always ask myself, I think I'll still work on this aspect of, is love actually really there? Are things you will see you might not like, and the love keeps fading away or keep waxing? What do you think the other factors that could retain you or keep you? It's not easy. But that's the end of today's video on ANIKULAPO. So if you have any comments, please just kindly drop that in the comment section, and you can also drop your own perspective and opinion of what you think about the movie and what you feel like, okay, the movie lacks, and like what you feel like. Yes, it is. And then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like our video, and please, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.